1st October 1936. Talk 253. Mr. F. G. Pierce, Principal, Scindia School, Gwalior. Bhagwan has stated in Sat Vidya Anubandham supplement slok, the illiterates are certainly better off than the literates whose egos are not destroyed by the quest of the self. This being so, could Bhagwan advise a schoolmaster who feels this to be true how to carry on education in such a way that the desire for literacy and intellectual knowledge may not obscure the more important search for the self? Are the two incompatible? If they are not, then from what age and by what means can young people best be stimulated towards the search for the real truth within? Maharishi. Pride of learning and desire for appreciation are condemned and not learning itself. Learning leading to search for truth and humility is good. A request from the same seeker. The above questioner has spent two very precious days in physical proximity to Bhagwan Maharishi, whom he has not seen since. 17 years ago, he visited him for a few minutes on the hillside. His duties now compel him to take his body far away again to the north, and it may be years before he can return. He humbly requests Bhagwan to make a strong link with him and to continue to help him with his grace in the quest of the self. Maharishi had a gentle smile for this. Talk 254. Mr. Duncan Green Less quoted a few verses from Srimad Bhagavatam to the following effect. See the self in yourself like the pure ether in all beings, in and out. Unashamed, fall prostrate before even an outcast, a cow or an ass. So long as I am not perceived in all, worship all with body and mind. With right knowledge, see all as Brahma. This once clear, all doubts are at an end, and you will remain withdrawn in the self. He then raised the following questions. Devotee, is this a true path to the realization of the oneself? Is it not easier for some thus to practice seeing Bhagwan in whatever meets the mind than to seek the supermental through the mental inquiry? Who am I? Maharishi. Yes. When you see God in all, do you think of God or do you not? You should certainly keep God in your mind for seeing God all around you. Keeping God in your mind becomes dhyan. Dhyana is the stage before realization. Realization is in the self only. Dhyan must precede it. Whether you make dhyan of God or of self, it is immaterial. The goal is the same. But you cannot escape the self. You want to see God in all, but not in yourself. If all are God, are you not included in that all? Yourself being God, is it a wonder that all are God? There must be a seer and thinker for even the practiced. Who is he? Devotee. Through poetry, music, jap, bhajan, beautiful landscape, reading, the lives of spiritual heroes, etc., one sometimes experiences a true sense of all unity. Is that feeling of deep, blissful quiet wherein the personal self has no place, the entering into heart whereof Bhagwan speaks. Will practice of that lead to a deeper samadhi and so ultimately to a full vision of the real? Maharishi. Again, there is happiness at agreeable sights, etc. It is the happiness inherent in the self. That happiness is not alien, and after you are diving into the pure self on occasions which you consider pleasurable, that diving reveals the self-existent bliss. But the association of ideas is responsible for foisting this bliss onto other things or happenings. In fact, it is within you. On these occasions, you are plunging into the self, though unconsciously. If you do so consciously, you call it realization. I want you to dive consciously into the self, that is, into the heart.